So today I am going to talk about my journaling experience. My first diary was gifted by my father as a New Year's Day gift, and at that time the only form of diary present in front of me was school diary, where we used to write sitting arrangements, exam schedule, timetable, or anything about subjects. So that's how I treated my first diary when I was starting out. In my first entry, I'm just copying whatever my sister is writing, and I think going through your diary is a very endearing experience. Especially for me, my first diary is like very personal to me because only I can understand the emotions of me writing it, because at that time I didn't know how to show my excitement or any kind of emotions through words correctly. But when I see like those entries, I can like see that I was so excited about, and like I remember how I was feeling at that time of writing. I have journaled for almost a decade now, and now I have like a preference of what type of diary I like to write in. Like earlier on, I used to write in a type of diary which was single line, which has date, day, and year written on it. But now I don't like that. But now I don't like that because it's like hard to organize it, because sometimes I do like skip my days of writing and it gets like very unorganized and I don't like it. So I have moved to blank pages now. At first I used drawings in my journaling, but now I don't really do drawings. I use prompts sometimes, like what would I do if 3 years from now if I have succeeded, what would I do 5 years from now on if I haven't succeeded, what I deem as success. Recently I have written about like there's a Japanese culture there is a term called ikigai. So I have written like 4 pages on that to like figure out what is my ikigai, or like what type of ikigai do I want. And it was very interesting. And diary, you can treat diary as like your mind lab, like you are experimenting with what you want to write about, like what are you thinking, with what type of questions bring what type of answers from you, and you get to know a lot about yourself. And many psychologists say that it is great for your mental health. Not saying that I have great mental health, but whenever I write, I do feel like a little bit calmer or like a little bit less indecisive, and I do gain a clarity if I am writing about some certain situation that is a bit difficult for me, or I'm like very stressing about it. I do gain a little bit clarity over it after writing. I feel like I have always like consistently tried to write every day. Like I was not very good at it in 2nd grade, but now I feel like the more I try to write it, the more I like find things to write about. And I think the Matthew Dicks on his book Storyworthy said like something similar to this. Like the more he was present, the more he find moments to write about. And I do feel similar to that, because now earlier I used to write like 3 lines. Now I can, as I said, write 4 pages sometimes, 2 pages sometimes. I think it's a very good way to record yourself, to record how you have evolved, how your thinking has evolved. And it is way better to like write rather than just remembering good moments. Or like I think photos and albums do the same thing, like they just remember an action, but I think what you are feeling truly can only be expressed or like recorded in words that clearly. Writing a diary really helps in like recording the present moment, like how a situation presented itself, at that time and how we actually felt at that time, rather than like just remembering it and like your own thoughts gets in the way, or like your other thoughts that are not related to them like gets in the way and sort of change the perception, and it's like very confusing. So I think that's all that I have to say. And at the end, let me know how your journaling experience has been and how it changed your life. And thank you.